Okay, it is August 16th. We're about to have one of the hottest days of the year here in the Seattle area. So I've talked about this on my blog before, but I'm actually going to show it here on this video. The figs that are really similar to Olympian. Okay, so the Olympian fig was thought to, well, it was discovered by Denny McGahee down in Olympia. He sent it in for DNA testing and they compared the fig to various figs in their database. Couldn't find a match, so they renamed it the Olympian. But is the Olympian fig really, truly a newly discovered fig? Watch this video to find out. This right here is my Olympian Fig Violetta. Some might call it a English brown turkey. This thing has quite a number of leaf shapes on it. Oh, yeah, look at that. But looks like it's mainly all kind of like this shape. This one right here. There's a ripe fig on here. It looks a lot like an Olympian. Shall we compare? I have a ripe fig here that I'm going to pick off. It is, I've got another fig here. This is planted in the cluster. This is the Born Home Nexo. There it is right there. Last year was the first year it fruited for me. And I only had one fruit. Landscaper came in and picked that one fruit and ate it. I was a little pissed. Okay, so this is my Olympian fig tree in ground. I did have a ripe fig on here. Unfortunately, it got bird pecked and ruined to the point where it was a foobar. Some of you might know what that means. Starts with F up beyond recognition, so it was foobar. So anyways, I couldn't use that in this video today. Kind of ruined kind of what I had planned, but I will yeah, and there's nothing else that's ripe on my in-ground Olympian because it's not in the best sunny spot. And so I'll use a picture from the past. So it's been about a week since I made the Born Home Nexo, or picked the Born Home Nexo and the Olympian Fig Violetta, and the Olympians have ripened in that time frame because I actually have not been able to edit those videos yet. So luckily now I get an Olympian. Okay, so let's go ahead and weigh these two figs that we have here today. So it's 44 grams here for the Born Home Nexo. And this is going to be probably a little bit bigger, but they can range 63 grams for the Olympian Fig or Olympian Fig Violetta. And I would suspect Olympian too to kind of be in that range. You know, usually around like 50 up to almost 100 grams, depending on, you know, the growing conditions of the tree. Okay, so here it is, ripened about a few days later than the other, because mine's my in-ground tree is kind of in a shady spot, not too great. 81 grams. It does get bigger because it has for more access, you know, being in ground to nutrients and water. So let's take a look at the inside of this tree. Excuse me, this fig. Oh, look at that. It is pretty. So this is the Born Home Nexo, Olympian Fig Violetta. This is the leaf from the Olympian, and then I'm going to show in post-production the Chiopetta Unknown, and then what was the other one that was really close to? There was a Marlowe, several other names, and I'll put it in the description about, you know, which ones I see as the synonyms for Olympian. Okay, so take a look at that. They all look very comparable in terms of the leaf structure, you know, some slight variations. There's always variations within the same tree. And then here are the 2 figs. 3 if, you know, maybe I had the Olympian. Let's cut these open. I'm gonna go like that on the Belgian Fig Violetta, and like that here with the Bornholm Nexo. Take a close look at that. I mean, look at just, if that is not the same fig, I don't know what is. 1, they ripen at the same time. 2, they look the same with kind of that yellow neck, and then kind of a burgundy, burnt umber color towards the you know, the bottom half of the fig. So they look exactly the same. Let's go ahead and taste these. Okay, so let's go ahead and taste test these 2 figs here. I know Olympian is, you know, it was classified as Olympian, but quite honestly, I think Olympian really is a variety of other figs that are out there. Belgian Fig Violetta, Vachon Violet, or Jean's Vachon, quite similar. Bornholm Nexo, Chiopetta Unknown, Arlo, definitely same exact fig, and a couple others that I think are just the same fig. So let's try it out. Let's see, it's the smaller one. This is the Bornholm Nexo, and we'll try the bottom half. It's a good fig. This one in particular isn't all that sweet. I mean, it's a decent sweetness, but the Bornholm Nexo, I think that's closer to like 6.5. Yeah, really mild. Has a slight melony, peachy flavor about it. There's a hint of acid on here, which I usually don't find. That's the Bornholm Nexo. Flavor has kind of a slight peachy, hint of acid, very mellow taste to it. It is refreshing fig. It was pretty good. Taste score probably right around like a 7.2, yeah, maybe a little around a 7. Sweetness about 6.8. Taste around 7. It was okay. It was a good fig. It's okay. Decent size. Try the Belgian Fig Violetta. Take a look at that. Let's see if I can focus this thing. Okay. Sorry, I'm getting early morning sun right on my face. It's supposed to be in the mid-90s today. One of the hottest days of the year here in the Seattle area. So I'm trying to do this early, but the sun is like right here, and I can't escape it. So it is what it is. Belgian Fig Violetta. This one tastes better. It has more of that honey melon taste. No acidity whatsoever. I like the taste of this one better. Quite delicious. And it does remind me of the Olympian. So I scored the Belgian Fig Violetta higher than the Bornholm Nexo, and maybe because it's, you know, it's an older tree that's more established. I thought that was pretty good actually. I mean, sweetness right around 7.3 ish. Taste, I'd give it like a 7.7. Honey melon type of flavor to it, a little bit figgy, no seed crunch whatsoever, and it was good. Okay, about a week later than the other figs, because my in-ground tree is in a shadier spot, doesn't get a lot of sun. Here's the Olympian. Wow, Olympian's actually very good. It's a delicious fig, very productive, very large figs. And it tastes very similar to the other figs I've already listed. So my final review with the Olympian is that it is pretty much the same as all the other figs that I've already listed. Very similar, if not the same exact figs, with some variants depending on where it grows. And so if you have one, you don't need the other. Olympian's probably going to be the most common name that it goes by, and the most common one that you find in nurseries or folks just selling it from their own collection. So there you go. Two very similar figs, and I think the flavor profile was different because one tree was older than the other. They look exactly the same. They ripen at around the same time, same color, same leaf. These two figs, along with the ones that I've already listed, and you can check the descriptions, I believe are the same fig. So if you already have an Olympian or Born Home Nexo or I always have a hard time saying that name, Olympian Fig Violetta, you don't need the others unless you really like the fig and you just want a whole bunch of trees around your yard. So, all right, that's a review on these two. I've done them before, but I wanted to compare them in this video so that, you know, if you're a potential buyer for any of those varieties, you know better than to get all of them, or, you know, one of them or two of them or three or whatever. So save your money. If you get an Olympian, stick with the Olympian. You don't need the others. All right, guys, take care. Talk to you later.